Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Modern Problems, Pagan Solutions. Today we're talking about the way of the warrior. Now, these past few weeks have been a season of purification, and the past several months of all of the planetary retrogrades have been quite tumultuous for lots of people. Issues that previously we thought were laid to rest have resurged, and whatever skeletons we had in their closets, they're not just dancing now, they are doing a polka on the front lawn for the whole world to see. So in the midst of all of this, we've all had the opportunity to learn a great deal. And perhaps the journey to get us to this point has involved more bumps and bruises than we anticipated, but we are here. Now, are we focused on the discomfort that we experienced along the way, or do we now feel braced because we've proven to ourselves that we can survive and thrive even in the midst of chaos? Because where we focus our attention, it doesn't just affect the kind of emotions we experience. It does shape our perception of what our choices are and what choices that we are more likely to make. The message we get from the outer world is that we should surrender, give up, submit to whatever fool is making a claim to power. And many people have adopted this mindset of subjects, and they're just going along with the crowd, bending to the will of the loudest voice. But then you have other people who have the mindset of a warrior, and the difference between these two groups could not be more stark. And it isn't that the warrior never bleeds or never experiences defeat, and it's not just a matter of getting it back up again after a setback. The former is an impossibility, and the latter could just be a matter of habit rather than a matter of valor. The warrior is one who accepts the realities of the situation, the world, and life as it is. It is striving for objectivity where possible and concentrating on what needs to be done as opposed to fearing all of the terrible things that might happen. Being a warrior requires self-control and not permitting one's hopes and fears to become the determining factor of decisions. The emotions don't go away, and the emotions do continue to have their place, but they are not determining absolutely every decision that we make. But these are just reactions, and that's just one aspect of the way of the warrior. We now have action, which is actively looking ahead, foreseeing the most probable contingencies and planning ahead for them, not out of panic or dread, but just out of prudence, to be in a better situation once these eventualities take place. And this requires having confidence in ourselves to adapt and to evolve as circumstances require, without forgetting our goals or what we hope to achieve. And this is probably the greatest difference between the mindset of a warrior and someone who is not. It is this deliberate cultivation of the will to act. Now, what we are able to do may not seem meaningful at the moment, but doing it anyway and continuing to act and taking advantage of opportunities that come our way to improve our circumstances, it does have a cumulative effect over the long term. The rewards for doing this are not only that we become better people, but we also break out of the traps that others allow themselves to fall into. So we have no more stagnation, no more being eaten alive by our own fear, no more being held hostage by the whims of others or our own personal weaknesses. We can move forward because that's what warriors do. So that's where I'm ending the month of January. In February in the series, we are going to be shifting focus to something more seasonally appropriate. So I hope you'll be back for that. In the meantime, please check out the Gilded group. There's a link to join us in the description box below. You can meet me, other pagan content creators, and you can engage with other like-minded members of the pagan community to have discussions on a wide variety of topics. So I hope to see you soon. But that'll do it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.